Creating Christmas cards should be fun and easy, yet sometimes when you wait till the last minute and you want to create those beautiful, elegant Christmas cards, you feel stuck. You don't know where to start, and you might be feeling the stress of the Christmas season. Today I'm going to share some of my top tips to creating elegant, wintry Christmas cards that you'll have fun making, but your friends and family will absolutely love receiving. So join me and we'll learn how to make these cozy winter scenes together. To get started, we're going to color this beautiful wintry scene. This stamp and die comes from the Snowy Pine Village, and it has some beautiful trees and some little pine sprigs as well. So this one has a coordinating die to cut out each of these images. So when you get started, I stamp this in the Cactus flower ink. Just die cut that out with a coordinating die. One thing that's very beautiful about this is it coordinates with some circle dies we'll talk about in just a little bit. To get started, to color this the quick and easy way, you could use your markers, you could use your color pencils, whichever way you're the most comfortable. If you want something that's quick and easy, you could use that as with this as well. I'm using a little bit of the sunflower to just give a little bit of a glow in kind of like the driveway going up to this little I was going to say snowy scene, but I said slowy. So with this, once you're finished, you can just add a little bit of those accents. Go back. I'm using the sepia to add little hints of a darker brown to kind of like those doorways. Now I'm only using the corners. This might be a little bit more challenging to see on the camera. I don't know, but with this, that just gets kind of those little corners. I'm not super picky. It's not completely accurate, but it's just enough to add a little bit of color, and it gives that accent to it. I did add the color in the background. You could use Vivid Chartreuse or Sunflower, and then go back with the Forget-Me-Not on the pine trees to add kind of a little bit of a sharp, kind of a greenish tint to it, and you can do that very quickly, very easily. To finish that off, you could do that on all the trees, but for the houses, I did just a little bit of the Forget-Me-Not as well. I just did little pieces of that, just a little bit to add some color to the background, because we're adding snow, so that is really kind of what you notice the most. So just kind of some quick coloring. So you can use whichever technique you like. So I'm just going to set this to the side, and we're going to focus on a little bit of glittering. So when you notice this scene, there's some chunky glitter, and then there's some ultra fine glitter. The ultra fine glitter, you'll just use a crystal glitter that we have online. I'm going to focus on adding the chunky. When you're adding snow, I like to use the Dry's White glue. With the Dry's White glue, that makes more of a solid white. So if you're doing a very snowy scene, just do kind of back and forth, and you can even make that kind of look a little bit streaky or stripy, and that will make that it gives a little bit more of a snowdrift image. We'll just do a partial, and then we'll use the frosting powder, so that has the white and the chunky sparkle in it. This one's really beautiful to use. Let's just pop that up, sprinkle that over the top, and you have the start to that beautiful image, and you'll continue to glitter that till you have all that scene completely covered. To create this little snow globe, I used a circle die, and that is separate from the scene in the back. So you'll want to use the Eyelet circle and basic small, and you'll cut out you'll also see that this one works as a backer like this. So there's a couple different ways you can use this. So what I did is I cut out 2 circles that are the exact same size, added a layer of foam, and then you can pull that foam off, add your little snow in the center. You can add, once that release paper is off, you can put these 2 pieces together, and that will create your snow globe. Now, before you add the foam to your white cardstock ring, you'll want to make sure you have that clear cardstock circle in the center. So you'll glue those together, and that will be your little snow globe for your card. To create this card base, you could do a fold-out card exactly like we did here, or if you want to simplify the card, you could just do an A2 panel. So we're going to do 2 different variations of this. So with this card, when you're doing a fold-out card, if you've never done these before, you purchase them in a packet. The cards come pre-cut. There are 4 in a pack. And when you cut out your panels of paper, you choose the panel that you want. You cut it to the width of the card. And then I wanted to cut this edge with the coordinating die. So I'll put this on the back, and this is the technique to line this up. You may or may not have seen this before, but this is the quick and easy way to make sure that this lines up beautifully for you. So I'll just use my lead pencil. Oops, you know what? I have this on the wrong side. This is actually supposed to be on this panel, not the front, because the front is going to be white with snow. So let me just bump this all the way to the back. We'll put this in here, bring this back, and we'll put this paper just a little bit higher. So I like to make sure it's centered properly. And then you'll go ahead and just use your lead pencil, just make that line. Then you'll place your die on top, whoops, and you can go ahead and run that through your machine and cut that out. Once you've cut that out, you can go ahead and layer that on this panel. So once you've done that, you would go ahead, layer that scene right on top, and then you have your circle you add on the front, add your finishing accents, and you have your card. Now you could also go ahead, if you don't want to do the fold-out card option, you could go ahead and you could just use an A2 size card, place your little snow scene in the front. You could add your little snow globe right on the top. That's a little bit covered with the snow in the center, so it actually looks like it's covered. You could add your little poinsettias to the side. You could do a lot of different techniques with these. But with this, you could also have the little deer colored. You could have him running in the side. So you have lots of different options just based on how you want to add those finishing accents based on the time that you have to put into your Christmas cards. There's many different ways you can work with this cozy winter scene. Here's another card where it's just layered with the circles, paired with the coordinating stamps and dies within this collection. Can't wait to show you those. So this again is a snowy pine village that has your trees, those little branches that make a beautiful scene. Here's another snow globe with the little poinsettias, some of the paper collection from the Merry and Bright collection. So we'll flip through some of these samples very quickly. With these samples, if you see some that you're like, hey, wait, I would really love to know how this was created. Click on the links of the products below, and there's going to be product inspiration underneath the products on our website. Here's one just in the white and silver, which is absolutely gorgeous. Here's this card again, clustered with those little pine bows and the little ornaments of the card that we just did. So another set in this collection that reminds me of like your basic essentials that you use to say like decorate your Christmas tree, Merry and Bright accent. This one has the little kind of like the decorative accent piece in the center. It has some little glass beads, ornaments, your pine bows, your little holly leaves, those basic accents that are teeny tiny and are perfect to like fill this little jar. Do you see the gold? Do you see the little lilacs paired with this? So many fun ways to create with this card. So you'll see different ways that this was clumped together to really showcase this vase. Here's more of an arrangement. So it's kind of like that centerpiece on your table. Instead, you're using it on your card. So you can have lots of fun creating these little accents. Here's the little gold chain, which is absolutely beautiful, paired with those poinsettias. Here are the little ornaments lacquered. Here it's done with the little gold drops, so gold accents with that. Here's some more samples if you want to take it to the next level. Add some of the deer from the Woodsy Wonderland. Add those little cardinals with a different color. Add those little ornaments and branches. Here's a little book that's really fun as well. If you want to create kind of like that Christmas season storybook accent. You have the little ornaments hanging down from the top. Isn't that adorable? You can really create lots of beautiful scenes. Within this collection, one of my favorite iconic images is the little deer pulling the sleigh with those branches ornaments, and it says, have yourself a merry little Christmas. You have the coordinating dies to cut this out. This is a beautiful components for this set. So this deer, you'll see colored many different ways. You can use your creative skills with that using your favorite coloring medium. You'll see this paired many different ways with the trees, the little pine bow accents, and quick and easy ways to add that to a card. Here we have some more just really beautiful ways to frame that using the paper. And then here's just a fun kind of little bit more retro color with this one. Here's another one using the 6x6 shadow box frame which really just encompasses the Christmas winter scene. So with this collection, you've been seeing the beautiful paper. The paper is absolutely exquisite. It's non-traditional colors, really fun to work with to get that glistening images. Here's the images are colored for you for those quick and easy Christmas cards, so you don't have to color them yourself. You've got some sentiments, you've got those beautiful scenes. So paired together with all the stamps and dies will make that beautiful accents for your Christmas cards this year. Have fun using these techniques for your Christmas cards. If you don't have the Merry and Bright products, stamps, and dies, I've added the links below for quick and easy ordering. So get yours today so you can get started right away creating those beautiful wintry Christmas cards. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will see you next time. Bye.